to complete the line for the Group 1 Coolmore Wootton Bassett Nunthorpe Stakes. They're all in. They're off. 5 furlongs ahead of them for this Group 1 prize. Royal Acclaim out on the extreme right in the dark blue Handy, with Lazuli in the royal blue, Cardam in the pink and green. Russell orange sleeves down the centre. Towards the left, the nose banded Platinum Queen blazing away, scorching along early. Chased by Clarendon House, the orange cap, and HighField Princess in a red jacket. Floater stripes are red and yellow in midfield to Aklam Express and Emirati Anna. Winter Power blue and white towards midfield. Dragon Symbol, the greys in rear at the moment with New York City. They're past halfway down towards the final 2 furlongs. It's the nose banded, the Platinum Queen in front to Cardam. Royal Acclaim on the extreme right from Lazuli, and Rarsell, the Platinum Queen, wandering in front. Cardam challenging. Here's HighField Princess in a red jacket beginning to surge home. The Platinum Queen joined by HighField Princess, who puts her nose in front and begins to assert. HighField Princess stretching away, scorching away, breathtaking. HighField Princess won the Nunthorpe. Huge run from the Platinum Queen in second, then Emirati Anna, Cardam, Royal Acclaim, Dragon Symbol late on the scene.
That is a great sprinting performance from a quite magnificent mare. HighField Princess has backed up victory in the Maurice de Geese Group 1 over 6.5, has come here 12 days later, has never once looked uncomfortable. The blistering pace set by the 2-year-old, the Platinum Queen, has picked her up readily and has won going away. Superb run from the Platinum Queen in second. Emirati Anna, last year's runner-up, has finished in third ahead of Cardam and Dragon Symbol. But HighField Princess has bolted up in the Nunthorpe. It is the Yorkshire winner in the Nunthorpe in the colours of her breeder, John Fairley. For trainer John Quinn, it's his first domestic Group 1, having won the Maurice de Geese and the Morny a few years ago with the wow signal, and a career high for Jason Hart as well, who's judged this to a nicety. Never once did she look in the remotest danger. She has an impeccable temperament. She has run nearly 30 times in just over 2 years. She is hard as nails, and she's a real champion to boot, Mark Howard.
Yeah, brilliant performance, and a career high for Jason Hart. I think a career high for John Quinn as well. He's done a fantastic job. Just over a year ago, this filly was winning a 7-furlong handicap at Royal Ascot. Won a Duke of York, a Group 2 over 6, won a Prix Maurice de Geese over 6.5, drops back to 5 for only the second time, and she's beaten some high-class sprinters.
57.18 is the final time for HighField Princess. What a mare she is. And she comes back, ears pricked, not a bother on her. And she's broken fastest of all. But immediately she got a lovely lead from the 2-year-old. It panned out perfectly for her. Jane Mangan at halfway, you said to me, the Platinum Queen's sliding along, but she's unbalanced.
She's unbalanced, yes. Holly did not take her on. She knew exactly what she was going to do, but you could always see she was leaning a little bit to her left. You can see her left leg forward. She's switching legs a number of times. This is the fastest pace she would have ever gone. In contrast, HighField Princess is very content to follow her. Jason Hart is the perfect target to run at. We'll get to the other field in a minute, but watch Holly Doyle, the horse, tightening her right rein. She's sticking her right hand. She switches it to her left, but as she does that, in the split second that she does that, the split second where she loosens her rein, the filly goes dramatic to her left. She jumps into the whip against Cadden there, and eventually she does switch it back to her right. But that's all speed, that's inexperience, that's juveniles. She's run a huge race despite that.
I can never remember a sprinter at this level with such versatility. She's absolutely bolted up over 5, having been right up on the speed all the way. She was on the speed all the way in the Maurice de Geese over 6.5. She was second to Space Blues over 7 here last year. And Mark Howard, she was once beaten in a handicap off a mark in the low 50s.
Absolutely, and she's done it on totally different ground as well. It's quick ground today, officially good to firm. The win at Deauville last time out was on good to soft. She's really shown a versatility, trip-wise, ground-wise. She just keeps on improving. First win off a mark of 58 just under 2 years ago.
There is nothing this mare cannot do. It's just astounding. And I know connections. John Fairley, who bred this mare, and John Quinn are desperate to have a crack at the Breeders' Cup turf sprint at Keeneland, and that's surely got to be uppermost in their
Nothing
minds.
is beyond her reach now. She's won a Group 1 sprint over 6. She's now burned it over 5. She's got a temperament of an absolute pony. That's what you'd love about her. She's not a coil spring. She's a bullet when she opens from the stalls, but she's also professional either side of the race. And well done. Win number 11, probably the most important of her career. She's a 5-year-old having her 29th start. Look at that.
A sprinter. He's riding at the buckle end, just pottering her down on a loose rein. Unreal.
1 in a million. 1 in a million.
Unreal. It's a fairy story for the owner breeder, John Fairley, who was chairman of Yorkshire Television for years and a big part of Channel 4 racing when it was in its first 2 decades. This will mean an enormous amount to him, a Yorkshireman himself.
And well done to Connections for being ambitious and coming back. It could have easily been the comfortable thing to do, to put her in bubble wrap after that Prix de Geese win, but she obviously came out of that well, and they were bold. They put her in over the minimum trip. She's a filly, she's versatile, but she's genuine, and I admire that.
Another success for a filly or mare in this race. The record is pretty startling now.
Yeah, and also for the North as well. You mentioned before, I think that's the North's 5th win in the last 8 years as well. Mecca's Angel, last 5-year-old mare to win this, and HighField Priest. But it'll be interesting to see Connections after how difficult a decision. Yes, you're coming to York, you're coming for a Group 1, but it was a quick turnaround, and the bold decision, as Jane said, has paid off handsomely.
And the way she takes her racing, they're going to be tempted, I would have thought, to have a dart at the Haydock race as well.
On route where
the ground's decent.
Well, ground doesn't seem to matter. We know that now, don't we? Good, quick ground today. She doesn't mind a bit of digging in the ground as well. And the Breeders' Cup, I think it's 5.5, is it, this year?
5.5 at Keeneland. It's the race that Glass Slippers won 2 years ago at Keeneland. And what she's doing now exceeds the achievements of Glass Slippers there.
Yeah, very, very much. I should mention some of the other horses in behind. Emiratian's running well again, just stayed on strongly, very similar to last year's race, but just didn't have the tactical pace early compared to the winner.
She's going to get quite the reception as she comes back in here in the hands of her owner, Jason Hart. A key moment in his career as well, but I admire her. Can't stop looking at her temperament. She is oh so cool.
And either side of the mare there, John Fairley, the Panama hat, and Jingri, who's been a huge part of John Quinn's setup now for over 20 years. And he had a weekend off. Sean Quinn was telling me that the weekend she went to Deauville for the Maurice de Geese, it was supposed to be his weekend off, but he said, I won't be taking the time off, I'm coming to Deauville to see her win a Group 1.
But this is a huge win for John Quinn, isn't it? Local track as well. And Jason Hart, who's come a long way in the last 2 or 3 seasons, brought up riding some of those sprinters to the likes of Eric Alston, a great association with the Quinns now.
HighField Princess, the homebred, home-trained winner of Yorkshire's premier sprint race, the Coolmore Nunthorpe Stakes. Temperament to die for, speed to burn, heart of a lion. She's quite brilliant.
Yeah, that's a performance that will resonate, kind of run out of superlatives for her. I think that is a first Group 1 on the level for John Quinn in Britain, so congratulations. So too Jason Hart after what she did in France the other week. 5-1 HighField Princess, another extraordinary performance from her. The Platinum Queen 9-2, the 2-year-old in second. Emiratiana 12-1, place in the race again. HighField Princess has won the Nunthorpe, and she's done so at a time of 57.18.32, quicker than standard.